what's up you guys, and welcome to CMJ Hot Ones. Now we have our newest professor here. We're gonna have some hot wings today, or hot nuggets today. Introducing Miss Kathy Rugh. Woo! So introduce yourself and explain what you teach here at Kane.
So my name is Kathy Rugh, and I teach some of the production classes. So I teach digital video production, film production 1, film editing, and I love making films, and I love helping students make films. So yeah. There you go.
You do film outside of school as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We have some questions on that, so
Great.
We'll come up for it. But our first question, so we're gonna start with our first sauce. It's actually a peach bourbon sauce, delicious. I think you'll be a fan. And we're having our vegan nuggets here. And so you're gonna dip in, and then I'm gonna ask your first question.
So it's
this one right here.
Okay.
Now, what is your favorite thing about teaching at Kane so far?
My favorite thing. Well, I feel like there's a lot of different types of students, but usually there's like a positive energy in the classroom, which is really big, because I want it to be a place where everyone wants to be. So, yeah.
I mean, as a student in your classroom, I mean, I feel like I brought the energy, but.
Oh yeah.
Did you teach before Kane? Do you notice a big difference between the two?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every classroom has a different vibe.
Oh yeah,
and,
sure.
Yeah, I think Kane has a different vibe, but mostly it was just me trying to get used to the school. Like, I feel much better this semester than I did last semester, just like more in the groove of things.
Oh yeah, a lot more comfort levels are a lot different.
Definitely.
What is your verdict on this first hot sauce?
It's not very hot.
No, it's
pretty mild.
It's definitely sauce though, for
easy,
sure.
Yeah,
just easing you in.
Yeah,
We're gonna go on to our next hot sauce, which is our black cherry hot sauce. This one's actually, I've tried it today already, and it's actually pretty good. Now this one does have a little bit more of a kick.
Okay.
So we're gonna dip into this next hot sauce. Now, if you had to watch one movie over and over for the rest of your life, what would it be? Now, as a film major or film teacher, this is a big one.
One film? I don't know if I can answer that.
If you had to do maybe top 3.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's a really hard one. I'm like one of those people that doesn't have like a favorite. I am very much about like appreciating different elements of different things, and I think I get caught in my mind on like things that I recently saw, and I don't think I would say this is my favorite film, because it would be, and I wouldn't want to watch it again and again because it's intense, but I just saw Zone of Interest, Zone of Interest, which is, it's up for Academy Awards, and so that's like how I started hearing about it. But it's about the Holocaust, and it's the commander for Auschwitz, the concentration camp. He and his family live in this like house with this beautiful garden right on the walls of the
I think I've heard of this movie
camp.
Actually.
And it's intense. You never see any of the stuff, but you hear it in the sound design. And because I am fascinated with sound for film, it's a must see.
Jeez, I mean, if it's up for awards, so that's your current fave, your current appreciative movie.
One that I say, okay, that's one you got to see.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh,
check it out.
That has more kick.
That one, yep, a little bit more spice. Still a little sweeter, but a little bit more spice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to our third hot sauce. Now this one's getting a little bit hotter.
Okay.
This one is actually called extra hot.
Extra hot.
Extra hot.
Okay.
It is fourth from last, so there's still some buildup going on.
Okay.
Are you getting a little scared now? You're like, oh no. So you can handle it. These vegan nuggets are actually pretty good, so we'll see how it holds up. What was your biggest filming fail? So something that's like when you filmed that just did not go right.
Okay, so this is the next one. I primarily shoot on 16mm film because that's how I first started making films, and I just love the material of the film, and film is addictive, so now I'm hooked. And I was I was in Denver filming. I grew up in Denver, and I was there visiting some family, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do some shooting. And I was down filming in this area in downtown that used to be very run down when I was growing up, but now it's like swanky. And I was filming all this stuff, and all of a sudden my camera stopped running, and it doesn't have like a power button, and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, maybe I have a jam, and I opened it, and all the film just like accordioned in, so it's just like all this film jammed, and so like I lost like most of a roll. So
had you already filmed like?
Yeah.
Wow. Biggest filming fail. Jeez. Did you end up refilming it, or did you just scrap the project? You were like, I gotta move on.
No, I salvaged what I could from that roll, and then I loaded another roll, and I kept going. But I didn't have, like, again with film, like you're like, well, I shot that, I just can't keep you know, getting another memory card, so I had to shorten what I was filming.
Darn.
Yeah.
Well, you're advanced now. You've moved on from it. The film has.
I lived and learned.
There you go. This one has a little bit more of a kick.
It does.
It does. A little tingle on the tongue. We're gonna go on to our fourth sauce.
Oh, now I can feel it in the back of my
throat. Yeah, this is when it hits. This is around this time is when like, oh man.
Yep.
This one is just simple habanero sauce.
Okay. Yellowbird.
Just yellowbird, a little bit thicker, a little bit more of a kick.
Okay.
But we will see how that goes.
All right.
What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to filming?
Like within the act of my filming or watching other films?
Ooh, if you have one for each, I'd love to hear them both.
Well, I first thought of pet peeves watching films, and I hate films that feel very formulaic, where they're just like, I'm like, are you just like following a formula? Like, could a robot have made this film? So I don't like stuff that feels like too much copying the standards.
Yeah.
And then for my own editing, I know what it is. So again, I shoot on film, and then I have the film scanned, so it's digital, and then I edit, using Premiere. And it drives me crazy when I get it scanned, and sometimes I shoot rolls at different times, and so I get it processed and scanned at different times. And if the colors, like the base color from the scan doesn't match, then the color correction, it drives me crazy. The process just is like
it's so the worst.
Long. It's awful. It's awful.
Jeez. This one has a little bit more of a kick to it.
It's also got a weird has a weird flavor too.
Yeah, this one's I'm not personally a fan of this one. It's just hot. It's just hot, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. It has carrots in it. That's why they call it yellow.
Yes. I am allergic to carrots as well. So,
really?
So I'm feeling a little different of a tingle as well. But it is definitely very hot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're spicing it up.
But we're going up.
Okay.
One more. Okay. Last question. This is our ghost pepper sauce. It's 5 out of 5 on this little Scoville scale that they have. So this one should be a good one for this question, which is share your most embarrassing teaching moment.
Ooh, okay. I gotta think of a good one, huh?
A good one. Does this mean that you've had a lot of embarrassing teaching moments?
No,
and now you're like weighing them out?
No, I feel like, I've been teaching, so it's like 15 years, and so I feel like now I feel a little more in control than I did when I was newer to teaching. So I feel like, it would be a good story, but
This is gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna take a bite of the hot
Take
sauce
a bite and let it sizzle for a little bit, and maybe it'll spark something. It's definitely making my nose run, so it's definitely sparked something.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, though.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so when I finished, now I feel it.
Yeah, it sneaks up.
Yeah. When I finished grad school, my first teaching job outside of grad school was in upstate New York at Ithaca College. And I was teaching a photography class, and it was a class that was like part darkroom, part digital. And I was new to the school, and I was new to the facilities, and I was just like, I had it just did not work very well trying to convey confidence with their facilities, like the darkroom and the digital.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, anytime that you feel like you're trying to, that you don't feel totally confident in the space that you're trying to teach, it makes the class down spiral.
Right. They definitely can spot it. They can smell fear.
Yes.
The students are like, oh, she's slacking.
Yep.
But that's not a bad one. That's not too bad.
No, but I've had
stories.
I've had much worse dreams.
Okay, let's hear what is your big dream fear?
So this happens like almost every time as the semester gets close. There's some sort of nightmare that incorporates not being prepared and walking into the classroom, and like sometimes it's as simple as like, oh, I don't have the syllabus ready.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes like there was one dream that involved like not having all of my clothes and not being prepared. And I remember
I love how it's
dream,
like duality, like
exactly.
oh, like I don't have clothes and also no syllabus.
I'm not prepared, right? And then in this dream, I was like, oh, I'm having one of those dreams because the semester is going to start soon,
right.
and I'm having that dream that I'm not prepared. And so then I was analyzing the fact that I was having this dream in my dream.
In your dream.
Yeah. So
oh my
like,
gosh.
It was,
you can't even escape when you're in your own dream.
No.
Oh gosh.
No.
Well, I think that's a good note to end off on. My nose is running from that last one, so I'd say these are some hot sauces.
Yeah.
I think the nuggets were good though, so it like helped take a little bit of the edge off.
Yeah, and you know. And
do you have a favorite sauce out of these?
I think this one actually.
The extra hot.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tang.
Because it's tangy, but not like weird. Like this one has a weird flavor.
Yeah, it was just weird and hot.
And this one is like a little too intense.
Yeah.
And I'm not really big on fruit with hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like that's a very almost like a Korean barbecue type situation.
Yeah.
But you were saying that you occasionally put some hot sauce on some stuff.
Yeah. Usually I go more like hot stuff with Mexican food or with Asian food. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
well, now your palate has been, broadened, I guess.
Yes, it sure has.
Well, thank you for staying and answering some questions with us.
Thank you for having
me. Show up next time for any other professors that we may be interviewing, and take some of her classes. They're great. Okay, thank you. Bye.